Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. In today's video, I will walk you through a very important security setup, which is how we can secure our storage account as a storage account using Private Endpoint. If you're working in cloud environment, this is must-have configuration to block public access and we can keep our data safe. So before we start, let's quickly understand what are the endpoints we have. So let's start. First, public endpoint. Public endpoint allow Azure resource to be accessed directly over the public internet using public IP address. These endpoints are not restricted to any specific network, meaning they are reachable by anyone with the correct address and permission. Second, service endpoint. Service endpoint extend your VNet to selected Azure services or the Azure backbone network. Although the Azure service still use its public IP internally, your traffic remains secure by routing it through Microsoft network, not the public internet. Now third is a private endpoint, which is we are going to discuss and we are going to perform the demo. What is a private endpoint? Private endpoint enable you to assign a private IP address from your VNet to Azure resource. This will make the Azure resource completely private. It will accessible only within your VNet or via peered VNets. I mean, without any exposure to public internet, you can access the resources. Now let's start with the demo. We'll go to the Azure portal and we'll start the demo. So before we start the demo, first we will discuss what we need, what kind of resource we need to perform this demo. So first thing, we'll create a storage account. We'll need a virtual network. Also, we will need one virtual machine to check the access for the storage account. So let's start. Okay, so we'll create one storage account here. Let me go to create. I already have a resource group which is my demo RG. So under this resource group, I will create one storage account. I will give the name my demo storage account. Oh, it's already taken, so I'll put something 1 2. Yeah, we'll keep this one chain 2. We'll use LRS for testing. Click next. Here we have some security configurations, so we are not going to change anything here. Let's click on next. Now if you can see, network access enable public access for all networks, so we'll keep this setting right now. We'll change afterwards. Next, we don't need a soft delete for now, so we'll disable that. Next, review and create. Yeah, let me click on create now. So deployment is in progress. So now we have created a new storage account and we are going to set up this storage account over the private endpoint. Yeah, here we go. Now we have deployment succeed. Let me go to resource. Yep. So now we have successfully created new storage account. To perform this demo, I'll show you something. Let me go to the virtual network. So currently we have a virtual network called demo VM VNet, as well as we have a one virtual machine to access that storage account. What we are going to do now, we are going to create a private endpoint for this storage account. Now let's create a private endpoint for storage account. Now go to the once you click on storage account, go to the security and networking, click on networking here. Now if you can see, currently it is enabled for all network. Here we have a private endpoint connection. So once you click here, you will get an option called private endpoint. Now click on private endpoint. Now here you need to define name. I'll put name demo SA private endpoint. Yeah. So same, we got a network interface name as well. We'll keep the setting or the regions as east west 2. Click next. So now if you can see target sub resource, so we can select blob because we are going to access the blobs container inside. Now click on next. Here if you can see, it is asking to select the virtual network. So here we are going to select the virtual network which we have here. So demo VNet is my existing VNet and I already have a default subnet created, so I'll keep that settings. Now next, private IP configuration, where we can keep the dynamic allocation. If you want to set the statically, you can also do that. Now click on next. If you can see private DNS integration, to connect privately with your private endpoint, you need a DNS record. We recommend that you integrate your private endpoint with private DNS zone. You can also utilize your own DNS server to create DNS record using the host file on your virtual machine. So we'll keep this setting yes for now. Now let me click on next. We are not going to assign any tag now. Review and create. Now click on create. Now deployment is in progress. Yeah, here we go. Now we have a successfully create endpoint. Let me go to resource. So now we have a private endpoint. So now what we can do, let's go to a storage account. Now since we already have a private endpoint in place, now it's time to disable the public access for that storage account. So let me go to the storage account, click on storage account, go to the networking, and here we will disable public access for this storage account. Yeah, here we go. Now if you can see, this storage account is not accessible over the internet. Okay, so now we are going to access this storage account from inside the VNet. So let me go to the VM. This is the VM. Let me quickly access this VM. Let me log in this VM. Yep. Now we are going to test this storage account from the VM. We'll try to do the NS lookup for that storage account. Okay, so now I am in inside the VM. So let's go to the storage account once again. So let's quickly now we have a successfully created endpoint. Okay, now what we are going to do, we already disabled the public access for the storage account and we already created private endpoint. So we are going to do the NS lookup for this storage account from the VM. So I already have a login this virtual machine. So what we are going to do, we are going to do NS lookup for my storage account. So let me go back to the storage account name. So this is my storage account name, correct? So let me go to the, and I'll put the storage account name here, and as per standard we'll keep blob dot core dot windows dot net. So if you can see now, this storage account is getting private IP address. It means it is getting access with the private network only, not the over the internet. To double check, let me go back to the storage account. Let's go back to the networking, go back to the private endpoint, and once you click on this private endpoint, you will get the NIC details, right? And once you click on this NIC, you will get the private IP address here as well. So this is the private IP address, and same the private IP address we are getting from the VM. So I hope you understand how we can access storage account inside the VM. Okay, so I hope you guys now understand how we can create private endpoint and how we can access the storage account with the private network only. So now in today's video, what we understand so far, what private endpoints are, okay, how we can link them with the storage account, how we can block public internet access for the storage account. Also we test the uh, storage account access from the internal VM. So if you if this video help you to understand how we can set up how we can secure Azure storage account, please like and comment and subscribe our channel, and thanks for watching. See you in next video.